Hey everybody, it's Stephanie. Today I'm going to be doing a review of a couple e.l.f. products I purchased the other day at Walmart, one of them being the e.l.f. No Budge Cream Eyeshadow. This is the shade Crayon. Here I am applying a little bit of primer to the upper portion of my eyes only. I'm using Laura Geller's Replenishing Moisturizing Spackle Primer. The e.l.f. No Budge Cream Eyeshadow acts as its own primer. So you do not need any other primer. Believe me, after I tested this, I could not believe how tacky and it's very, it's hard to work with. The product is difficult to work with as far as spreading it around, placing it. Once you apply it, it's dry almost immediately. Now, this is $5, and the color payout I thought was really good. $5. And I'm telling you, when they call it a primer, they are not kidding. They also call it a liner, so it's a shadow, a primer, and a liner as well. And I couldn't get it to apply very well with just my finger, so I used more of a dense brush, as you see here, and I was able to get a better amount on my lid. I really like the color. I really like the coverage. It is very thick. The only way I know how to describe it is it's almost like a clay. That's what it feels like, sort of. And once you get this on your skin, there will be a lot of tugging and pulling to get it to spread around. So I highly recommend applying it on a dense brush and then just tapping it in. Once you have it on your lid, if you get it anywhere that you don't want it, it's very difficult to spread it around and blend it out. So you got to be careful about that. So here I am applying it now with this dense brush. You can feel it on your lid because it feels like your eyelids literally have some sort of cement on them. I know that sounds really harsh, but it's just a very unmalleable type of product. I don't think I'm a big fan of the way it feels or the way it moves around, but I do love the coverage. I really like this color, and I definitely love the price of $5. So let's see what we can do with this shadow right now. Apparently, when I finished with the brush, I needed a little more coverage, and so I'm just patting a little more with my finger. And if you can see, when my finger touches the lid with the product, it literally would pull my eyelid skin up. Here I am demonstrating it in very slow motion. You can see where my finger touches the shadow and my eyelid is stuck to my finger and pulls up. Little bit more for the other lid. Here I am. I believe I had some in the corner of my eye where I didn't want it, so I was trying to move it with my finger, and it wasn't successful. It's really stuck when you put it there. I'm looking down on purpose, keeping my eyes cast down so you can get a look at what this looks like. I think it's beautiful. I really, really like the color a lot. So here I am. I got out my brush, and I'm patting more in the inner corner there because of the mistake I made on one eye. I couldn't remove it with my fingers, so I thought, what the heck, I'll just add more and make them even. Now, I know that I could get a Q-tip and put in some makeup remover and remove it that way, but I just chose to do it this way. If I had really wanted to remove it, I could have. Assessing the situation here. Taking a look to see, is it even? Is it not even? Do I want to add more? Still trying to move it around with my finger apparently. Still haven't learned. Okay, adding a little bit more here. Now, on a regular makeup day, if I'm just applying makeup, I would not be being this meticulous about it. First of all, this is a new product for me, so I enjoy playing with it, experimenting with it, seeing what I can do with it, see, you know, how dense I can make it. You know, it's just fun to play with new makeup, as you know. So I am deciding, do I need any more here? Let's see, I don't remember. Oh, nope, I guess not. I decided to pull out my bite-size eyeshadow Love You a Latte. Okay, I really, really like this. It was $3. I really like this shadow palette. So here I am, I'm going into my crease. And let me tell you, this, the No Budge eyeshadow, it really is a primer, because I'm using, you know, a $3 shadow palette here, and it is really sticking to my lid where the product is touching the No Smut, or the No Budge cream eyeshadow. Where it touches, it ain't going anywhere. I mean, it was sticking to that thing for dear life. It just wasn't moving. I thought that was a really, really good quality about the lower shadow. Powder shadows, especially ones that aren't high end, you know, tend to have, you know, fallout. This one did not. I did have some primer on my upper eye, as you know, but this shadow just worked beautifully with the No Budge cream. I was very, very happy with it. I never work on one eye and finish it completely before I go to the other eye. I go back and forth because I want to make sure that both sides are as even as possible, which is what I'm doing here, obviously. Here I'm leaning in because I'm showing that there's no fallout. This $3 e.l.f. quad palette has no fallout. I was just so impressed. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up here because I'm basically just continuing to play with the crease color and experimenting. So let's just speed this bad boy up. Okie doke, I'm gonna go into the darkest shadow here and I'm gonna use it as liner. I was very interested to see how it would apply. Oh my goodness, I was so impressed. This shadow palette is $3. $3. And it went on so well, and there was no fallout. I didn't have any primer under my eye, so I was just blown away, honestly. There was a time in my life when I could afford to be a makeup snob, and now I feel like a sucker. All the money I spent on higher end things when there's probably, well, obviously some very nice things out there for drugstore that would have saved me so much money. But I think as I've gotten older, I just didn't want to buy the quote unquote cheap stuff because of the way it would sit on my skin, or, you know, it wouldn't last very long, or, you know, I just wanted to make my aging face look as nice as I could, so I thought spending tons of money was the answer to that. Now, granted, I am testing this makeup right here. I don't know what the longevity is. I don't know if I went out and I was gone all day long and I had to come back. I don't know if it would be all over my face or it faded. I have no idea. But I'm just saying that this particular product right here, this $3 eyeshadow quad from e.l.f. makeup, goes on very nicely. And it just makes me happy to be able to play with makeup. So now I just want to run out and get all the other quads and experiment with them as well. Here I just took a fluffy brush and just blended, making sure that it's blended really nicely and doesn't have any harsh lines. Oh, I hope you all are enjoying my little piece of hair sticking straight up. I was so focused on my eyes I didn't see that, but oh, it's just a little side entertainment for you there. Going in with a lighter shadow color for my brow bone. When I tapped it, woo, you see that? Very dusty. So that would tell me that if I didn't have primer on my lid, that it possibly would have a lot of fallout or not last very long. I didn't test the longevity of it yesterday. I was just testing the application. But in the future, I'm gonna test the wear longevity and see how long it would stay before it falls off or wears off, or how much fallout there is with no primer. I don't know about you, but my hair sticking straight up in the air like alfalfa is a little distracting to me. I'm so sorry about that. So here I am applying the lighter shadow in other areas of my eye, some in my inner corner, just trying to tone down a little bit where I couldn't remove it earlier. I'm really liking this. I really like it. It has a natural look to it. Okay, let's talk about this shadow stick. This is the No Budge shadow stick in Champagne Crystal. It's terrible. I do not like it at all. I didn't like it. It went on. You had to press so hard to get any payout. And this is on the back of my hand, but when I tried to apply it to my lid, even with no shadow, just directly on my lid, the payout was terrible. But you really have to press and tug to get any sort of payout. I didn't like it. It was $5. Even for $5, I feel like I just threw $5 away. I will never purchase this particular item again. It was very disappointing. I was trying to use it in my inner corner to see if I could get any results over the top of what I'd already put on my lid, and it was just terrible. I'm sorry. I finally just gave up. I actually was causing some fold swelling in my eyelid from pressing so hard. So yeah, this was definitely a no for me. Yep, decided to try something different. So I went for my Milani Baked Highlighter in Champagne. You know, you can use highlighters on so many things. I love to use them to brighten eyeshadow. I use them more for eyeshadows than I do for highlighting any other area of my face. Okay, so I'm going in with a light color again, and I'm going to tone down some areas. Looks like I'm starting in the inner corner. Just using it to sort of go in and clean up a little bit. Brush I'm using comes from a company called Pharmacy. It comes from their professional brush kit. I don't know if they still have it. I've had it for years. Time for brows. I am not good with brows. I used to have amazing brows. I didn't have to do anything with them. They were just perfect. I just cleaned them up with tweezing here and there. But a few years ago, I overwaxed them and I tore out a lot of hair in places where they shouldn't have been removed, and they never grew back. And now they're very sparse. And I am not very skilled with eyebrows. When I was in Ulta the other day, I thought, oh, maybe I should go to their brow bar. And I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. Mascara time. This is Bad Gal Bang from Benefit. I usually really like Benefit products. This is a trial size, or travel size, I suppose they call it, so I didn't spend money on an entire tube. It's okay. It's just okay. I thought I would like it more than I do, but it's just okay. I don't hate it. It gets the job done, but anyway, I don't think I would buy this mascara again, not for the price. So anyway, this is the second portion of my drugstore purchase that I made a few days ago. So I made it into two parts. First was my face and then my eyes. So I appreciate you coming back and watching part 2 if you've already seen part 1. If you haven't, I'll put the link below. I really appreciate you stopping by and watching. I hope you come by again, and feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you think.